Hey Zenneth, gonna go over some feedback for your Deus Ex 1 themed detail entry. There's some Deus Ex shotguns here, is why I think it's Deus Ex. I really like it. I really like it. In the past, I remember playing Deus Ex Human Revolution, and afterwards, because I was still playing surf maps on Team Fortress 2, I thought it'd be so cool to make like a Hengsha themed surf map. And I had thought of layouts and I was thinking, oh, I could do this and this and this and this and this, but it'd be really hard because there's so much like custom content that you'd need. And this is back in like 2010, so there was even less like frontline stuff. And I think this stuff, is this frontline? What is this hatch from? Is this custom? Is it like from the SFM beta files or something? It seems really high quality. What is this robot from? Did you make this robot? Or is this from like the SFM workshop or something? It's so weird, but it's cool. I don't know if it's very Deus Ex themed, but it's... I guess Deus Ex 1 did have those weird robots that just like zoomed around on the floors, right? Interesting. I do kind of think it's a bit strange that this seems like there's these hanging Chinese lanterns, and there's some Chinese signs around the level, and it would, I don't know what they are, I think they're over that way. It would almost kind of indicate that we're somewhere in like China, but the hallways are very New York style. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, I really do like the detail on the level. I do kind of think that while the rooms, like these rooms, have some sort of special focus like this shot looks really good, by the way. While these have special focuses, the hallways don't really, and they look kind of bland and boring. And I have played through Deus Ex 1, and so I know that there's like, there's that, what's JC's brother's name? Paul? Paul's apartment is like so bland and boring and disgusting and ridiculous and concrete and just like horrific, you know? And so I can kind of imagine that that's the feelings that you're going for on these hallways, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, it doesn't look good. I mean, there's an error right there, just in front of everybody's view. Um, but, and I get that that's what you were going for, I think, but even still, especially in the lower hallway, I noticed that I guess there's like this is kind of a focus. I was gonna say, you know, I kind of wish that there was like a focus, like a landmark to draw my attention somewhere. It's just very kind of, I don't want to say safe, but it's just kind of bland. If I look in this direction, there's the fan that grabs my attention, you know what I mean? But in this direction, it's just like, it's just kind of a mess. And I had wondered if you had intended this area to be used as like an SFM set where other people would go on top of it and they'd place a focus that's like unique to their SFM set, and then they'd spotlight it and like add post effects like better HDR lighting or bloom or color correction or something like that to draw attention to that particular focus, maybe at the end of the hallway, and it's kind of up to them. And maybe, but I don't know if that's like too much work for an SFM guy. I'm not an SFM guy. I do kind of wish that there was something here. Something like at the end of the hallway that drew my attention. I was gonna actually say, like earlier, when I was just writing down potential notes, oh, like a police scene could be cool, you know, like the flashing police lights or something, like at the end of the hallway or something. That would be pretty cool, right? And then I'm like, oh, there's actually like a police blocked off thing here, like they had came and went, which is neat. But I almost kind of wish that there was something like someone walking around, or you hear like commotion, or you hear like, you see like flies or rats moving around, or there's a rat moving through the space. I don't know how complicated that'd be, probably an animation that just like takes up the whole room. But yeah, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, this hall is just a little bit drab and boring. It's like going to your grandma's house on like 11 a.m. on a Sunday or a Saturday, and you're like, wow, I could be doing something else right now. And it's just very monotone. You know what I mean? Where if this was like Cyberpunk, I know that this is like, you know, like at least the apartment has this giant window that's like, ooh, you know, it's a little bit boring, and there's the Chinese sign I was talking about before, where it's like, oh, is this New York or is this China? But you know, that's the window is cool, right? That's really cool. And even like this, at least you have like the unique kind of the things that draw my attention, and it just makes the space pretty interesting. Even this, you know, it like makes the whole room really dark, and I can't tell what else is in the room at all. I kind of wish that there's some other kind of special focus or lighting. I kind of wish that these had better light map or lower light map settings, just because it's a little looking. Like the ceiling, I feel like you had lower light maps. Is that 16? I'd make them like 4 or 2 even, just to test. Maybe you tried that and it didn't look very good. I don't know. But then you look at the hallways and it's just like, eh. So yeah, I kind of wish the hallways were more interesting. I kind of wish that the upper area was a little bit more interesting. It's very, like, it's like the base almost. Things I would add are like smaller Q lights. If you look for ENV light glow, I spelled that wrong, but if you look for ENV light glow, you'll find that there's like this, it's like a sprite that as you approach it, the intensity of the sprite dynamically shifts based on your distance from it, based on the settings that you provide for it. And those sorts of things for like pot lights, or like some sort of shimmering glowing thing, like maybe there's like a vending machine up here, or there's like some sparking thing out of here, or there's some things like a helicopter that whizzes by or something like that, or if there's some sparking, or if there's some like, there's like a cigarette butt, or there's like a homeless guy smoking up here, or there's some just mysterious guy smoking up here. I could see that being really cool. This area does look pretty good. Maybe you could even do the light glows on those these Chinese lights. But yeah, it's just a little bit boring, I guess, up here. But the base look of it, the feel of it, is good. You know, it is conveying what I was hoping you'd be able to convey, or what I was hoping I'd be able to convey. I do think it's kind of weird that the stairways are so bright and lit, you know? They all kind of look the same, other than this barricaded one, which does look cool. I like all the barricades, like it's set up pretty well. But yeah, these stairways are just a little bit bland and bright. I'm not exactly sure what I would do about that. I'd probably add more pipes, more stains, or like, yeah, probably stains and like more dramatic lighting, like more brown lighting, like more akin to Deus Ex 1's New York Hall apartment. You know, if you look that up, I'm sure you know what I mean. Just kind of more, more to take less of the focus away from the key areas of the map, which would be the side areas. You know, the hallways are just particularly uninteresting, I guess I would say. And yeah, I really do like the giant windows. Those are cool, and this scene's cool, and yeah, I think the lighting in here could be a bit better. It's very, again, kind of monotone and basic. You could probably do more dramatic lighting. Like this area has some pretty interesting lighting, you know, where the rest of the room is dark, but you can actually see what's going on. But in here, it's very bright all over, and I guess that's fine. It really does feel like Deus Ex 1. Actually, I'm getting a little bit of vibe of deja vu, like I might have been here in a dream before. It's very strange. I don't know why that's happening. And maybe that's fine that it's kind of monotone, because for SFM purposes, it would be nice to have something that you can work with in a set, like in post, so it's more specific, as I mentioned. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that there was like maybe something more dynamic, like maybe there's like an actual police breach or something, and then it's like it takes place in the lighting, dynamic lighting or something like that of the area, and there's like actual sequences of events, or there's like some shaking and some earthquakes as something goes by, or you know, something kind of interesting and neat. There's like a fan noise going on in the background. Can you hear that? I hope not. Yeah, I do really like it though. I appreciate your attempt at making something like this. Oh, so this room is very bright and weird. You shouldn't use the manor floor lighting, or at least if you do, make a custom variant of it. And there's like an ENV cube map VMT setting, and you can like make it so it's less reflective. I would do that. Make it like 0.25 regular reflectivity, because this is like too reflective and it just looks janky and weird. At least the cube map in here, like this, I can't even like read what this is with Fulbright. When I tested this earlier with Fulbright, accidentally, I could actually see that it was a map, but yeah, it's just weird, you know. But yeah, I think it's cool. I like the frog guy. I like him. So down there is like Death Pit, and then it looks like in this hallway it was supposed to be for like a spec cam or something, but your spec cams aren't set up to use this location, so I'm not exactly sure what this is for. Jeez, that scared me. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I found a golf club. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, there's no spec cam in that hallway, so I'm not sure what that detail was for. I should MP disable respawn times 1 so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, though, yeah, I kind of wish that this room was a bit more interesting. Like, that's cool, but I wish the light maps were lower, and I kind of wish that there was, like, something, like, smoking in here, you know, there was, like, one of those cigars, you know, and it's, like, on an ashtray, and it's, like, smoking a little bit, or there was something, like, lower fidelity, or, like, you know, like lower scaled fidelity detail in some of the rooms. Everything's a little bit big, and it feels too much like a regular Team Fortress 2 map. But this isn't... I wouldn't use this as a regular Team Fortress 2 map, I guess I'd say. But yeah, looks good, dude. Nice job.